Yes, you can. Very good morning to all of you. You can scan this QR code for the attendance. Yes, so what we are discussing yesterday. Yes, anyone? Yes.
Deadlock prevention.
Fine, but what is the topic of discussion? What is the main topic of discussion? So we are discussing about different method for deadlock handling. Okay. Or what are the strategy for deadlock handling? Clear? Is it clear? Is I audible to all of you? Is I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are basically yesterday we are discussing about what are different methods of deadlock handling. So how many methods are there? There are 4 methods. ठीक है, सबसे पहला मेथड जो था आपका that is called deadlock prevention. Then we are at deadlock avoidance. Then we are at deadlock detection. Then we are at deadlock recovery. These are the 4 methods of deadlock handling. So what is deadlock prevention? So what deadlock prevention say? What does deadlock prevention say? If I say deadlock, the system is deadlock prevented, then what actually does I mean? So what actually does I mean? So if I say the system is deadlock prevented, okay, then हम लोग क्या ensure कर सकते हैं? If the system is deadlock prevented, then we can ensure that the system will never enter to a deadlock state. Is it clear to all of you? Fine. अगर आप बोलोगे the system is deadlock prevented, okay, then we can ensure that, okay, we can ensure that system will be in deadlock. Fine. Next is deadlock avoidance. So deadlock avoidance basically, so whenever we process request for a resource, okay, whenever process request for a resource, so we will check whether the request is causing an unsafe state. If it is causing an unsafe state, okay, or whether it's causing a deadlock. If it is causing a deadlock, we will not carry that process or we not allow that request to happen. So this is called deadlock avoidance. That means if the system is entering to a deadlock due to some reason, then we will avoid that reason so that the system will never will enter to a deadlock. Okay. So in these two cases, the system will never enter to deadlock. In case of deadlock prevention and deadlock avoidance, okay, the system will never enter to a deadlock. The third is we will allow the system to enter to a deadlock. Okay, so we will allow the process. Okay, we will allow the process which is causing a deadlock. Okay, so what happens? It will be entered to deadlock. So then we will apply some deadlock detection algorithm. Okay, we'll apply some deadlock detection algorithm to check whether the deadlock is happened or not. If it is happened, then we will recover. Fine. The final one is deadlock recovery. So recovery is means if the system enters to a deadlock. Okay. If the system enters to a deadlock state, then how to recover? The first step of recovery is called rollback. Okay. Rollback means you have to go back to the previous state, then previous state until you find a safe state. जब तक हम लोग को safe state नहीं मिलता है, तब तक हम लोग rollback करेंगे. Or the best way is just ignore the problem and pretend that deadlock is never occurred. So this strategy is used by most of the system. Fine. Now the first out of this all 4, we have already discussed the first one. So how I can prevent the deadlock? How I can prevent the deadlock? How I can prevent the deadlock?
So we have to
If
make on a
any
condition.
one of
If I make sure that any one of that condition, okay, what are the four conditions for deadlock? If I make sure that if any one of the condition will does not occur, then I can say it is डेडलॉक प्रिवेंटेड. ठीक है, कैसे बोल सकते हैं? अगर वो चार कंडीशन तो डेडलॉक का था, उसमें से अगर कोई भी कंडीशन हम लोग नहीं होने देंगे तो हम बोलेंगे कि ये डेडलॉक नहीं है. तो पहला कंडीशन क्या था? म्यूचुअल एक्सक्लूजन. ओके, सो can it is possible to or not happening of mutual exclusion? Can it possible that mutual exclusion will never occur? So
no possible.
this is one condition, but for implementing this one is very difficult. ठीक है, mutual exclusion एक condition है. If we allow to not happening the mutual exclusion, ठीक है, then what will happen? Data inconsistency होगा, तो ये type of possibility. Second क्या था? Hold and wait. So how I can ensure the hold and wait condition will never will occur? How I can ensure that the hold and wait will never occur? So what I will do, if some process is
never will
requesting a resources, अगर कोई process एक request को resource कर रहा है, it should not be holding any other resources. अगर P1 आपका एक process को एक resource को request किया है, then I will make sure that P1 will not holding any other resources or other resources which is held by the P1 that should be released. Fine. So this is, I can ensure that the hold and wait condition will never happen. But what will the problem here? The problem will be your resource utilization will, performance of resource utilization will decrease. Okay, resource utilization का जो performance था वो आपका क्या होगा? Decrease हो जाएगा, क्योंकि अभी एक टाइम पर एक ही रिसोर्स उसको लेगा, फिर उसको रिलीज करेगा, देन क्या होगा? आपका जो रिसोर्स एलोकेशन और रिसोर्स यूटिलाइजेशन जो है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. So is it clear this point? How I can achieve this one? Hold and wait condition. Fine. If the process is interesting, then it should not holding any other resources. Third point, permission. I will allow the permission. That means the process can be limited. Resources can be limited whenever higher priority process request for it. जब कभी भी अगर higher priority process उसको request करेगा, then resources can be permitted. But what is drawback here? If you permit the resources, what is drawback? What is drawback?
Starvation.
Starvation is a problem. Okay, so that may be condition led to be the process, lower priority process never get the resources. Okay, then final one is I should avoid the circular wait. Okay, so how can I avoid the circular wait? So I have to make sure that the last process that is waiting should not, the last process which is requested for resources, that should not be requesting for the very first process. So there should not be any, we can say cycle. Okay, there should not be any cycle in the resource allocation graph, or I can say there should not be circular waiting. Okay, I have to allocate the resource such a way that there should not be any circular waiting. Fine. So this we have called it to yesterday we have discussed. So I hope there is no doubt regarding this. If anyone has a doubt, तो पूछ सकते हैं regarding deadlock.
Sir, सर्कुलर वेट में ओनली लास्ट प्रोसेस या कोई भी एक प्रोसेस?
देखो, अगर सपोज P1 है मेरा, P1 वेटिंग फॉर P2, P2 is waiting for P3, P3 is waiting for P4, like that Pn. ठीक है, अब ये Pn किसी को भी वेट कर, सपोज P1 is waiting for, Pn is waiting for R1. Now this is also circle. Now P1 is waiting for P2. Now this is also circle, but in this case, what process are involved in deadlock? Now these are the processes involved. Now if this is waiting for this one, again this is a circle. There should not be any circular waiting. Either पहला भी हो सकता है या फिर दूसरा या फिर किसी भी, लेकिन आपको सर्कुलर वेटिंग नहीं होना चाहिए. Fine. That means the last process should not depend upon any of this process. Okay. तभी सर्कुलर वेटिंग नहीं होगा ना. Is it clear? If the point is clear, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो पहला प्रोसेस पे वेट करेगा. अगर किसी को भी वेट कर रहा है और वो वेट सर्कुलर हो रहा है, तो हम उसको सर्कुलर वेटिंग बोलते हैं. Is it clear? Yes. जो डाउट पूछे.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So then we will quickly move to the second method which is called deadlock avoidance. Okay, so one thing you have to remember according to deadlock avoidance, you require certain pre knowledge. That means the OS must have knowledge in advance what are the resources that is required for all the process. ठीक है, पहला कंडीशन क्या है इसका, अपना जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है उसको पता होना चाहिए, एग्जीक्यूट करने से पहले पता होना चाहिए कि किस रिसोर्स को कितने प्रोसेस को कितने रिसोर्स रिक्वायरमेंट है. फाइन. Okay, the second method we are discussing about second method today, which is deadlock avoidance. So first thing you have to remember about, regarding deadlock avoidance, that is the operating system must require additional knowledge of information about all the resource available and how much resources can be allocated. That means अगर एक process, पहला तो हम लोग को पता रहना चाहिए कि कितने resource मेरे पास available है. Second thing, each process, suppose there is a two process P1 and P2. Now operating system को ये पता होना चाहिए कि each process को कितना allocated है और कितना उसको maximum और चाहिए. Fine, is it clear this point? If it is, अगर ये state नहीं पता होगा, then operating system cannot perform deadlock avoidance. For performing deadlock avoidance, the pre-knowledge of the system should be needed. That means how many resources are available and how many resources are allocated to each process and what are the maximum resources that is required by a process to complete its task. So this much information it must have earlier. Fine, is it clear this point? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we can say this is the simplest and most useful model. Okay, required that each process declare the maximum number of resources of each type it may be needed. So how it can be implemented? So before executing the process, now the process will declare. Now the process will declare the maximum number of resources that each type that it needed. Suppose the process P1 required R1 for 2 instance, R2 for 2 instance, and R3 for 1 instance. Now this process have to be declared earlier. Okay, so I require this much of resources from R1, this much of instance of resources from R2, and this much of resources from R3. Fine. Then we will apply the deadlock avoidance algorithm. Generally, Banker's algorithm apply करते हैं. ठीक है? We will apply the Banker's algorithm to examine the resource allocation state. Okay, to ensure that the system will never in circular wait condition or the system will never in unsafe state. ठीक है? Fine. तो उसके बाद क्या करेंगे? Once you have the knowledge, pre-knowledge of the all the resources allocated, then what we will do? We will run a deadlock avoidance algorithm, which is called Banker's algorithm. किस लिए रन करेंगे? किस लिए रन करेंगे? ताकि हम लोग एग्जामिन करेंगे कि सिस्टम नेवर विल बी इन अनस्टेबल स्टेट. ओके, और किस पर रन करेंगे? नाउ आई विल रन दिस ऑन रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट. ओके, आई विल रन इन द रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट. Then the question rises here. So what do you mean by the resource allocation state? Fine, clear अभी तक? सबसे पहले हम लोग रिसोर्सेस को एलोकेट करेंगे, उसके बाद डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस एल्गोरिथम अप्लाई करेंगे. इस पर करेंगे रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट पे करेंगे. ठीक है, रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट क्या होता है? सिंपल है, ये आपका सिंपली डिफाइन करेगा नंबर ऑफ अवेलेबल एंड नंबर ऑफ एलोकेटेड रिसोर्सेज. फाइन, रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट क्या होता है? इट विल डिफाइन how many resources are allocated and how many resources are available. Fine, you can define the resource allocation state as the number of available and allocated resource and the maximum demand for the each process. Fine, so resource allocation state क्या करेंगे? Now three matrix we have discussed. So generally it will define the allocation matrix, it will define the request matrix, then it will define the your available matrix. So this algorithm, that is deadlock avoidance algorithm, will be implemented on this resource allocation state. Okay, so why we will implementing? So when we will implementing, we will find whether the state is in safe state or the safe is in unsafe state. Clear? Till now it is clear to all of you? Yes? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now the questions rises here, what you understand by safe state and what you will understand by unsafe state, है कि नहीं? जनरली हम लोग को क्या करना है, जब हम लोग को रिसोर्स के बारे में पता होगा, रिसोर्स एलोकेशन स्टेट के बारे में, ओके, तो उस पर हम लोग एल्गोरिथम को इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे. इम्प्लीमेंट करने के बाद हम लोग फाइंड करेंगे सिस्टम स्टेट में है या अनस्टेट स्टेट में. तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट अभी है सेफ स्टेट क्या होता है उसको जानने के लिए. फाइन. So when I can say process are in safe state, so when a process requests an available resource, suppose I am having a available resource R, ठीक है, R मेरा available resource है, ठीक है, अगर एक process P इसको request करेगा, fine. Now the system will decide immediately after allocation, ठीक है, that means अगर ये process P इस R को request कर रहा है, after मैं अगर इस रिसोर्स को इस P में allocate कर दूंगा, then system क्या करेगा? Now system will decide after allocating this resource whether the system will be in safe state or unsafe state. ठीक है, अगर after allocation it will be in unsafe state, it will be not granted. I will not grant this request. If the system is in safe state, ठीक है, after allocating it, if the system is safe state, then only I will grant this request. ठीक है. So how to identify the safe state? How I can say the system is a safe state? If the system is in a safe state, if there exists a safe sequence for all process. ठीक है, अगर एक safe sequence है, suppose there is a set of process. Now suppose I am having a set of process P0, P1, P2, say P5. Fine. अगर एक sequence है, safe sequence, it can be anything like P0, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, or it can be P1, okay, P2, P5, P4, any sequence. Okay, if I'm having any sequence like that, okay, that can be executed safely. That means the resources can be allocated to each of the process and it will be executed and never enter to a deadlock. Then I can say this sequence, okay, the sequence of execution of the process is in safe sequence. If there is a safe sequence, then I can say the system is safe state. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear? तो फर्स्ट थिंग आपको याद रखना है, जब कभी भी एक प्रोसेस एक रिसोर्स को रिक्वेस्ट करेगा, ठीक है, then before granting this request, okay, the system will check whether the system will be in safe state or unsafe state. If I allocate this resource to this process, then whether it led to a safe state or unsafe state. अगर unsafe state में होगा तो ये request को हम लोग grant नहीं करेंगे. अगर safe state है तो कैसे पता चलेगा? एक safe sequence होना चाहिए. There will be a safe sequence. If the system will have a safe sequence, then I can say the system is safe state. So what do you mean by safe sequence? If there is some sequence so that all the process can execute without occurring a deadlock or without causing a deadlock. Okay, if all this process will execute without causing a deadlock, then I can say there is a safe sequence. If there is a safe sequence, then there will be a safe state. Is my point is clear to all of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So how
Yes,
to
sir,
identify?
executing according to sir safe state is executing according to deadlock.
या सेफ स्टेट हम लोग कब बोलेंगे? जब एक सीक्वेंस सपोज मैं अभी 3 प्रोसेस ले रहा हूँ, सपोज P1, P2, P3. तो व्हाट कुड बी अ सीक्वेंस ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन? आइदर पहले P1 एग्जीक्यूट होगा या P2 या फिर P3. एक ये सीक्वेंस हो गया. दूसरा सीक्वेंस क्या हो सकता है? P1, P3, P2. नाउ दिस इज माय सेकंड सीक्वेंस. वन मोर सीक्वेंस क्या हो सकता है? P2, P1, P3. फाइन. नाउ नंबर ऑफ ऐसे पॉसिबल 6 सीक्वेंस होंगे. ठीक है, अगर आउट ऑफ दिस 6 सीक्वेंस, ठीक है, अगर एक भी सीक्वेंस सैटिस्फाई करेगा, दैट मींस विदाउट कॉजिंग अ डेडलॉक, नाउ आई हैव टू एलोकेट द रिसोर्सेज. जो भी रिसोर्स मेरे पास R1, R2 या R3 है, अब मैं क्या करूंगा? इसको एलोकेट करूंगा. ठीक है, such a way that if one or more sequence are executing without deadlock, it means safely, मतलब P1 भी complete होगा, P2 भी complete होगा, P3 भी complete होगा. Order can be anything. Okay, order can be this one or this one or this one, or more than 2 orders also possible. Then I can say if any of these sequence are safe, that means if they are executed completely, then I can say this is my safe sequence. Suppose ये आपका complete हो गया, ठीक है? Then I can say this is my safe sequence. If this is a safe sequence, then the system is safe. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, we will when I solve this question, so we will get clear, much clear idea. Okay. So for time being, you remember. So before granting any request, it will check for the whether system अगर grant करेंगे अगर वो request को, तो system safe state में रहेगा या unsafe state में. अगर unsafe state में जाएगा तो वो request कभी भी grant नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि अगर unsafe state में जाएगा तो deadlock हो जाएगा. And we have to avoid the deadlock. No, we have to avoid the deadlock. So we will not grant the request which is causing the unsafe state. Now, if it is safe state, then I will grant. Now, how I identify the safe state? If it is having some safe sequence. Safe sequence means if it is executed in some manner. Now, this is definition of safe sequence here. You can read here. The sequence P1 to Pn is safe state if for each PI, the resource of PI can still request can satisfy by currently available resources plus resources held by all the PJ. क्या बोल रहा है? दिस इज इफ एक रिक्वेस्ट PI अगर आपका एक रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है, PI अगर रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है, ये जो रिक्वेस्ट है आपका क्या satisfy करना चाहिए? It should be less than or equal to all the available resources in the system plus all the resources which is held by PJ. Now, for example, suppose there are two processes P1 and P2. ठीक है, अब P2 के पास 2 प्रोसेस है, 2 रिसोर्सेस है, एंड P2 के पास 3 रिसोर्सेस है. Also now suppose अवेलेबल है मेरे पास 3 और रिसोर्सेस है, ठीक है. नाउ अगर P1 ने अभी रिक्वेस्ट किया है, P1 क्या कर रहा है? नया रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है. नाउ इफ इट इज रिक्वेस्टिंग लाइक 7, we want more 7 resources to complete his task. Now I have to check जो रिक्वेस्ट किया है that should be less than or equal to what is available is 3 and what is held by PJ के पास 3 है, तो टोटल दोनों मिला कितना है? 6 रिसोर्सेस है, ठीक है. और ये रिक्वेस्ट कितना कर रहा है? 7 कर रहा है, तो ये कभी भी कंप्लीट नहीं होगा, आगे नहीं. टोटल अगर सपोज P2 कंप्लीट हो गया, P2 कंप्लीट होने के बाद ये 3 रिसोर्स क्या करेगा? रिलीज कर देगा. तो टोटल रिसोर्स कितना होगा? 3 P2 रिलीज किया और 3 अवेलेबल है, टोटल 6 है. लेकिन वो रिक्वेस्ट कितना कर रहा है? 7. तो क्या होगा? P1 कभी भी कंप्लीट नहीं होगा. फाइन. तो ये पहला कंडीशन. तो सेफ सीक्वेंस कब होगा? अगर जो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है P1 जो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है वो सैटिस्फाई करना चाहिए कंडीशन. दैट मींस द रिक्वेस्ट शुड बी ऑलवेज लेस देन और इक्वल टू टोटल अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस प्लस रिसोर्स हेल्ड बाय PJ. Clear this point? Now, if PI is a resource needed not immediately available, PI can wait until PJ is finished. Agar suppose now it requested for resource 5, okay. Now 5 is possible because total is 6. Available is 3 plus 3 can be held by this one. So total 6, this can be possible. But I cannot immediately assign. 5 because available kitna hai? 3 hai. Now I will wait for the completion of P2. Now this point is saying this one. PI अगर कुछ रिक्वेस्ट किया है, अगर उसको असाइन नहीं हुआ है, तो वो क्या करेगा? वो वेट करेगा. किसका वेट करेगा? जब तक P2 कंप्लीट नहीं हो जाता है. Next point, when the PJ is finished, PI obtain the needed resources, execute, return, and allocate the resources and terminate. When PJ is finished his work, now what will happen? Now it will release the resources. Now these resources will be assigned to the P1. So now this will be execute and release all the resources. Okay. Now when PI is terminated, PI plus 1 can obtain the needed resources. When this is terminated, so whatever process, suppose P3 is there, now these resources will be allocated to this one. Okay. Now in somehow, if by following this process, if you are able to generate this sequence, okay, if you are having to generate sequence, that means if all this process will complete, then I can say the system is Clear? Is it clear? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, that last point explain ना.
लास्ट पॉइंट
P-
लास्ट पॉइंट पहला पॉइंट सपोज P1 है P2 है, ठीक है। P1 के पास कितना रिसोर्स था? 3 था। इसके पास भी कितना था? 2 था, ठीक है। सपोज अभी लास्ट पॉइंट क्या बोल रहा है, अगर P2 कंप्लीट कर लिया, P2 का एजुकेशन कंप्लीट हो गया है, ठीक है, तो P2 क्या करेगा, जितने भी इसके पास रिसोर्सेस था उसको रिलीज कर देगा। जब ये कंप्लीट हो गया तो इसके पास रिसोर्स का जरूरत नहीं है ना, इसको रिलीज कर देगा, ठीक है। जब रिलीज कर देगा, ये जो अवेलेबल रिसोर्स था या P1 को एलोकेट हो जाएगा। या फिर उल्टा भी बोल सकते हैं, जब P1 कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, it will release the resources. Okay, this 2 number of resources are released. Now this will be allocated to this one. Fine. So I will explain the problem करेंगे ना।
वो P+1 क्या था? Sir P1
P+1
PI+1
मतलब PI+1 मतलब next process. Okay, it's next process को allocate हो जाए। Fine. अगर PI अगर complete हो गया, next process. Now this cycle will continue. If there is an end process, the cycle will continue. If P2 will complete, allocated to P3. P3 will complete, allocated to P4. Okay, so now the point to be remember here. Okay, the point to be remember here. If the system is safe, okay, if I say the system is safe, then there is a no deadlock. अगर system आपका safe state है, तो कभी भी आपका deadlock नहीं होगा. Now, if the system is unsafe state, now there is a possibility of deadlock. So it is not like that whenever the system will be unsafe, it will always cause to a deadlock. Okay. Okay. So there is a possibility of deadlock. So if there is a possible, we will not enter because we are using the algorithm deadlock avoidance. Deadlock avoidance क्या बोलता है? We will avoid the deadlock condition. So अगर इसलिए बोलते हैं अगर सिस्टम अनसेफ है तो हम लोग कभी भी अलाउ नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि deadlock avoidance and prevention will ensure that the system will never go to deadlock. If there is a possibility of deadlock, then I will never execute it. ठीक है, इसलिए अगर सिस्टम आपका अनसेफ स्टेट है, then possibility of deadlock. तो डेडलॉक डिटेक्शन यहाँ पे आता है, पॉसिबिलिटी, इसलिए हम डेडलॉक डिटेक्शन एल्गोरिथम यूज किए। क्या डेडलॉक है या नहीं है? Now again, the deadlock avoidance ensure that the system will never enter to a unsafe state. ठीक है, डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस क्या बोलता है? It will ensure that the system will never enter to a deadlock state. अगर सिस्टम अनसेफ है तो हम लोग कभी भी उसको एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेंगे। Fine, it is clear the fact. You can note down this fact. अगर सेफ स्टेट है तो डेडलॉक नहीं होगा, अगर अनसेफ स्टेट है then possibility of deadlock may or may not be deadlock. But what deadlock avoidance say? It ensures the system never enter to deadlock. If it is never entered to an unsafe state, okay, if the system never entered to an unsafe state, then there is a no probability of having a deadlock. Clear? If these 3 points are clear to all of you? Yes?
sir.
Fine. So now this is a block diagram. आप देख सकते हो. Now suppose this is my whole diagram. Now this part of this is safe state. Okay. So I will execute the request which will fall under this safe state only. Okay. If some requests are falling in unsafe state, so there may be a chances of deadlock. What is the probability? The probability of deadlock is this much. तो हमेशा याद रखना, अनसेफ है तो हमेशा डेडलॉक नहीं होगा। ठीक है, अनसेफ होगा तो हमेशा डेडलॉक नहीं होगा। मे बी अ डेडलॉक होगा, एंड व्हाट इज द पॉसिबिलिटी? द पॉसिबिलिटी इज दिस मच। मे बी सम केसेस में बड़ा भी होता है, सम केस में छोटा भी होता है। ठीक है, फाइन, क्लियर? सो दिस इज अ थ्योरी अबाउट द डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस। ओके, डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस। सो फर्स्ट व्हेनेवर यू चेक डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस, एंश्योर दैट, क्या एंश्योर करता है? इट विल नेवर एंटर टू अनसेफ स्टेट। Okay, and the system will be checked before granting a resources. कभी भी जब आप रिसोर्स को ग्रांट करोगे, system will always check whether it is leading to a safe state or unsafe state. अगर safe state है, तो there must be a safe sequence. There must be a safe sequence, and the sequence should be such a way that all the process should be completely executed. If it is unsafe state, it will be, the request will not be granted. But the operating system must have pre-knowledge about what? What are the resources that are allocated and what are the resources that are requested. फाइन, इसका प्री नॉलेज होना चाहिए। अगर आपके पास प्री नॉलेज नहीं है तो हम नहीं कर सकते। फाइन, नाउ द इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट इज द बैंकर्स एल्गोरिथम। सो हाउ वी कैन फाइंड द डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस। ठीक है, अब डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस कैसे पता करेंगे? तो इसमें बैंकर्स एल्गोरिथम बेसिकली द बैंकर्स एल्गोरिथम टू फाइंड द deadlock avoidance. So what the bankers algorithm says? So it is basically used for multi instance resources. Okay. तो जहाँ पर भी मल्टी हम ऑलरेडी पढ़े मल्टी रिसोर्स इंस्टेंस है कि नहीं, तो इट इज यूज्ड फॉर मल्टी रिसोर्स इंस्टेंस. Now second point you have to remember, each process must have tried claim of maximum use. इसका मतलब क्या है? एल्गोरिथम को इम्प्लीमेंट करने से पहले हर प्रोसेस को पता होना चाहिए कि उसको मैक्सिमम कितना रिसोर्स चाहिए. फाइन, क्लियर व्हाट दिस पॉइंट से? Each process must have prior claiming of maximum usage. That means each process should know, or the operating system should be aware of how many resources or maximum how many resources are required by each process. Okay, the third point you have to remember, when a process requests a resources, it may have to wait. So it should not like that. Once the process is requested, immediately it will be granted. Okay, ऐसा possible नहीं है. Okay, so it may be a case, so it may be a situation, maybe rises, he may be wait for a some amount of time. Okay, or he will maybe wait for a other process to release the resources. Right? Next thing you have to remember, when a process gets all its resources, it must return them in a finite amount of time. So what does this say? Now suppose P2, there is a process P2, suppose P2 required R1, P2 required R2, P2 required R3, and P2 required R4. Now suppose in any state, any case, if all the resources are allocated to P2, okay, now it should be released in finite amount of time. ऐसा नहीं है कि infinite amount of time के लिए ये सब resource को hold कर दिया. Then if it is hold for infinite amount of time, so what will happen? Now if P2 is holding the resources for infinite amount of time, then what could be the cause? Now other process will not get resources. If other process will not get, they will not execute, and again it will lead to a deadlock condition. So that is the reason when the process get all the resources, when this process P2 get all its resources, now it will execute. Once it is executed, it should release all the resources immediately. It should not wait for infinite amount of time. So is it clear to all of you this point?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So this point should be remembered. First of all, it is used for multi-instance. Okay. Second, the process should have clearly identified what is the maximum need. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि after a partial execution, the process is requesting more resources. That it could be led to a deadlock condition again. ठीक है, अगर बीच में कभी अगर partially execute होने के बाद resource P1 बोलेगा, I need more 10 resources, because we are not considering the 10 resources. When we are checking the safe state, हम लोग सेफ स्टेट को चेक किए थे, हम लोग क्या कहते, जितना उसका नीड था उसके बेसिस में किए थे ना. अगर सडनली he will claiming for additional resources, so that for that additional resources I have not checked the safe state. Now that previous safe state may led to the unsafe state. So this must be clear. So you have to first identify what is the maximum need. Fine. And third point is, when the process is requesting, it may be wait for a longer amount of time. That means it wait for the other process to release the resources. Then once the process completely starts, it should not hold the resources for infinite amount of time. Fine. So these are some facts about the Banker's algorithm. So today I will just explain the what are the data structures we require. Okay. So as we are not having sufficient time, I will not start this algorithm, but it will take half an hour to explain. Okay. So just remember what are the what are data structure. So I required an array. Okay, array चाहिए, which will going to store the available resources. Okay. Fine. एक आपका available array है और vector लेंगे, ठीक है. Available of j. What is this? This is a, first of all, there is a variable called n, which is store the number of process, and there is a variable called m, which will store the number of resource type. ठीक है, क्लियर दिस पॉइंट। एन क्या स्टोर करेगा, नंबर ऑफ रिसोर्सेज प्रोसेस आपका, और एम जो है कितने रिसोर्स टाइप है, लाइक R1, R2, R3 एंड R4, then m will be 4. How many resource type? There are 4 resource type. Then we are having a vector, then we are having a vector available of j. Okay, what is it going to store? It will going to store k instance of resource of type rj. That is nothing but, this is the last कल हम लोग जो ड्रॉ किए थे ना, अगर याद होगा, अवेलेबल हम लोग लास्ट में फाइंड कर रहे थे. नाउ दिस इज अवेलेबल वेक्टर. नाउ इट विल स्टोर number of available resources, number of, or we can say number of instance of each resources which is available. Now if I say, if R1, R2, R3 and R4 and R5 are my number of resources, then suppose one instance of R1 is available, one instance of R2, 0 instance of that, one instance of that, and 0 instance of that. Now this available vector is going to store how many instances of each resources are available. Is it clear to all of you what this available vector do?
Yes, sir.
Next, we are using a matrix, M cross N matrix, okay, which is going to store, now name of the matrix is max of ij. So max of ij क्या store करेगा? It is going to store the maximum requirement of process pi that can be request for number of instance for resource rj. That means how much, now it will basically store max, जो आपका एक मैट्रिक्स होगा, क्या स्टोर करेगा, एक प्रोसेस पीआई, ठीक है, का मैक्सिमम रिसोर्स आरजे कितना चाहिए. नाउ सपोज एक मैट्रिक्स बना के दिखा रहे. नाउ सपोज दिस इज पीआई, ठीक है, दिस इज गोइंग टू स्टोर. नाउ सपोज रिसोर्सेस आर R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. So what this column will store, this will store how much maximum resource R1 is required. मतलब प्रोसेस P1 को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए कितना R1 चाहिए. सपोज दिस इज 2, सपोज इज रिक्वायर्ड R2 R1, सपोज इज रिक्वायर्ड 1 R1, 0 1 0. Okay, so what is storing? The maximum amount of resources required by the process P. And the resources means what are the type and number of instance. Is it clear what the max is going to store? Is it clear or not?
Can you explain again?
या मैक्सिमम जो है, मैक्स आपका है क्या, एक मैट्रिक्स है, ठीक है, दिस इज एन क्रॉस एन मैट्रिक्स. व्हाट एम क्रॉस एन मैट्रिक्स इज गोइंग टू स्टोर, इट इज गोइंग टू स्टोर एक प्रोसेस का, ठीक है, प्रोसेस का कितना रिसोर्स चाहिए, कौन कौन सा रिसोर्स चाहिए, प्लस इस रिसोर्स का कितना इंस्टेंस चाहिए. नाउ सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल प्रोसेस पी का अगर निकाल रहे हैं मैट्रिक्स, ठीक है, दिस इज माय मैट्रिक्स, दिस इज कंप्लीट मैट्रिक्स रहेगा, ठीक है. तो मैक्स मैट्रिक्स क्या करेगा, ना सपोज रिसोर्सेस मेरा है R1, R2, R3 एंड R4, 4 रिसोर्सेस है, ठीक है. नाउ ये जो एलिमेंट्स क्या स्टोर करेगा, ना दिस एलिमेंट इक्वल टू k है ना. व्हाट इज k? दिस k इज व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ रिसोर्स R1. मतलब P को कंप्लीट करने के लिए कितना मैक्सिमम, मतलब टोटल नंबर ऑफ R1 कितना चाहिए. सपोज आई एंटर 2, so what will indicate to complete P it required 2 instance of R2 मैक्सिमम, सबसे ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2 ही चाहिए, ठीक है. मतलब मैं बताया था ना, अवॉइडेंस के लिए क्या आपको प्री नॉलेज चाहिए, एक प्रोसेस का मैक्सिमम रिक्वायरमेंट कितना है हर रिसोर्स का, वो पता होना चाहिए. देन ओनली आई कैन अप्लाई द डेडलॉक अवॉइडेंस एल्गोरिथम. द सिस्टम मस्ट हैव प्री नॉलेज ऑफ व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द each process. So this matrix will identify what is my maximum requirement. Now suppose I write 0 here, I write 0 here, I write 1 here. So what will indicate the maximum requirement to complete the process P? The maximum requirement is 2 instances.
हेलो सर। हेलो सर, मैक्स और रिक्वेस्ट मैट्रिक्स सेम होता है ना?
नहीं सेम नहीं होता, मैं वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा इसके मैंने कौन सा एक्सपेक्ट होता, that is different. Okay, max and that one both are different. Okay, so I think all of you have joined, so I will take just 10 minutes more, because as I started, let me complete. Do you have a class at 11:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me finish. So max is nothing but max जो है सिंपल वर्ड में हम बोल रहे हैं, मैक्स मतलब एक प्रोसेस पी को कंप्लीट करने के लिए, एक प्रोसेस पी को कंप्लीट करने के लिए मैक्सिमम कितने रिसोर्सेस चाहिए। सपोज प्रोसेस पी बोलेगा मुझे R1, R2 और R3 चाहिए, ठीक है, 3 रिसोर्स चाहिए, और R1 का सपोज 2 कॉपी, R2 का 1 कॉपी एंड R3 का क्या बोलते हैं 3 कॉपी चाहिए, और दिस इज माय मैक्सिमम रिक्वायरमेंट। इट मींस अगर प्रोसेस पी को 2 कॉपी ऑफ R1, 1 कॉपी ऑफ R2 एंड 3 कॉपी ऑफ R3 मिल गया तो ये प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो गया, और दिस इज द मैक्स रिप्रेजेंट। फाइन
Sir, max matrix and request matrix is same.
no, both are different. I will that is I'm explaining. Okay, need matrix, अपना जो need matrix है वो request matrix है, now this is your request matrix. Okay, fine. So max is clear. Now allocation क्या होता है? Now allocation is how many instance of that resources are allocated. Now same example, now this is my actual requirement, maximum requirement. Now suppose I say at the current time, now R1, R2 and R3 is there. Now out of 2, suppose only 1 instance of R1 is allocated to this one, and 0 instance of R2 is allocated, and 2 instance of R3 is allocated. Now this is available matrix. That means what is the maximum need? Maximum need is 213. But what is available? How many are allocated? How many is allocated?
8.
I was allocated only 1 instance of this one, and 0 instance of R2, and
R3.
2 instance of R3. That means my available matrix, available on allocation matrix बोलते हैं, ठीक है। allocation matrix क्या हो गया आपका P का, it will be 1, 0 and 2. Okay, now this is also matrix. You will define how many process are available or allocated to process P. Now next third with your need matrix or request matrix. ठीक है, क्या है आपका थर्ड? नीड मैट्रिक्स और रिक्वेस्ट मैट्रिक्स। उसमें जो एलिमेंट होगा वो कैसे निकालेंगे? नाउ इट विल बी मैक्स माइनस एलोकेशन। अभी कितना चाहिए उसको? मैक्सिमम चाहिए 213, है कि नहीं? इसको कंप्लीट करने के लिए कितना चाहिए? 2 resources of R1, 1 resources of R2 and 3 resources of R3. Fine. But how many available? Available is 0, 1 and 2. So what is the need? So what will be the need matrix? नीड और रिक्वेस्ट मैट्रिक्स। नीड मतलब वो रिक्वेस्ट करेगा, ओके, नीड कितना चाहिए या फिर कितना वो रिक्वेस्ट करेगा। नाउ नीड मैट्रिक्स विल बी हाउ मच? फॉर दिस केस नीड मैट्रिक्स विल बी 1, okay, because 1 is already available, 2 is required, so 2 minus 1 is 1. Now how many available? 0. How many is required? 1. It will be 1. Now 3 is required, 2 is available, 1. So what is the need matrix or request matrix? Now this process P will request for 1 instance of resource R1, 1 instance of resource R2, or 1 instance of resource R3, which is called need matrix. Is it clear? These 3 matrix, max, allocation and need. Any doubt regarding this 3 matrix? Yes?
No, sir.
Any doubt? Any doubt? If you are having any doubt, you can, because ये समझ में नहीं आया तो फिर प्रॉब्लम नहीं कर पाओगे, ठीक है। सो लेट मी शो द एग्जांपल so that will be further clear. Okay, so remember that आपका एक क्वेश्चन में हमेशा एलोकेशन मैट्रिक्स दिया रहेगा। एलोकेशन मतलब हाउ मेनी एलिमेंट्स आर एलोकेटेड। मैक्स मैट्रिक्स भी दिया होगा। मैक्स मतलब मैक्सिमम हाउ मेनी एलिमेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड। ओके, नाउ अवेलेबल वेक्टर भी दिया होगा। अवेलेबल मतलब हाउ मेनी इंस्टेंस ऑफ वेक्टर इज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल। नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू फाइंड? You have to find the need matrix. First we have to find the need matrix. Once we find the need matrix, then we will find the safe sequence. Safe sequence find करेंगे। Safe sequence से हम लोग decide करेंगे whether the system in safe state or unsafe state. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So I think tomorrow we are having the class. So tomorrow I will explain this algorithm. Okay, then we will solve the problem. So, but till now it is clear. Now you have to clear about this thing. What you understand by the max matrix, what you understand by the allocation matrix, and what you understand by the need matrix, and what you understand by available vector. तो ये चारों में किसी को कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए. फाइन, ये अगर चार में कंफ्यूजन होता तो फिर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं करता. मैक्स मतलब कितना मैक्सिमम चाहिए, एलोकेशन मतलब करंटली कितना एलोकेटेड है, नीड मतलब कितना और उसको एक्स्ट्रा चाहिए, कितना वो रिक्वेस्ट करेगा, एंड अवेलेबल मतलब हाउ मेनी इंस्टेंस ऑफ प्रोसेस आर अवेलेबल. Fine, so I think it is clear to all of you, so we'll stop here. Okay, so or any doubt you can ask me. कोई डाउट तो पूछो, नहीं तो हम लोग स्टॉप करेंगे.
सर मैक्स नीड और रिक्वेस्ट में कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है.
Okay, fine. Tomorrow when I will solve the problem, ना, it will clear to you. Okay, tomorrow जब प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा. तो अभी टाइमिंग याद रखो, 3 मैट्रिक्स यूज करेंगे, मैक्स, एलोकेशन और नीड. नो, अब रिक्वेस्ट के बारे में भूल जाओ, ठीक है. Now forget about the request. Request we will use in case of resource allocation graph. Now you have to remember, in case of Banker's algorithm, 3 matrices are used. One is max, allocation, and need. Fine. Then once we complete this topic, I will relate this need matrix, how this need matrix is equivalent to request matrix. I will explain. Okay? Clear?
यस सर.
Okay. So we'll stop here. Okay. You have the next class now. You can join.